Are fading, toys are back where they belong. Stories close, the door half open, another day has gone. Little breaths behind the walls, dreaming worlds I'll never see. I turn down the sound of everything that needed me. I loved them hard, I loved them loud, I held the world all day. Now the silence calls my name in a gentle way. After the children slept, I finally hear my own heartbeat. No questions left to answer, no one calling me. I sit with thoughts I left behind when love was all I gave. After the children slept, I come back to myself again. The mirror shows a tired face, but wiser than before. I've learned how much of me was poured into being more. There were dreams I packed away between lunches and goodnights. They never left, they only waited for quieter nights. I don't regret a single tear or the years that flew, but there's a part of me that still belongs to me too. After the children slept, I breathe without the weight of time. No rules to keep together, no wrong, no right. I trace the woman I once was and the one I became. After the children slept, I remember my own name. If tomorrow comes too early, I'll rise and give again. But for this hour I'm not needed, I'm just human. No one asking, no one waiting, no one needing help, just a quiet room and myself. After the children slept, the world feels softer, slower now. I don't need to be stronger, I can lay it down. Love didn't disappear, it just changed its shape. After the children slept, I'm allowed to stay. The house is still, the night is kept. This is my time. After the children slept. I used to run with my eyes closed, chasing every flashing light. Thought the world was getting smaller every time I lost a fight. I was young but never listening, too busy proving I was strong. Now I hear the quiet wisdom in the echoes all along. Every scar became a sentence, every wrong turn showed the way. All the questions I was asking finally know my name. This is the life we're living now, not the dream we had back then, but the truth that feels much deeper, written slowly, worn by time and hands. We're not broken, we're just honest about the road that led us here. This is the life we're living now, and it finally feels sincere. I see my younger self in mirrors, still impatient, still afraid. He was looking for forever, I was learning how to stay. All the love I couldn't hold on, all the words I couldn't say, they're not haunting me anymore. They just shape me on the way. Every ending had a purpose, every loss a quiet gain. I don't need to chase tomorrow, I'm at peace with yesterday. This is the life we're living now, not as loud but far more true. All the things I once believed in led me here, right back to you. I don't measure days in victories or the dreams I didn't win. This is the life we're living now, and I know who I've been. We don't shine like we used to, but we glow in softer ways. Less about the destination, more about these borrowed days. If I could speak to who I was, I wouldn't change a single doubt. 'Cause he needed all that breaking to become who I am now. This is the life we're living now, with our hearts a little worn. Still we rise each morning, grateful for the nights we made it through till dawn. I don't miss the rush of wanting, I don't fear the passing years. This is the life we're living now, and I'm finally here. The window holds the evening, a frame of winter gray. Breath turn The window holds the evening in a frame of winter gray. Breath turns white, the city slows, I let the silence stay. My coffee cools between my hands, steam fading into air. I don't rush to take another sip, I don't really care. There were words I meant to say, but they lost their need. Some feelings don't disappear, they just learn to sleep. Like coffee cooling by the window, my heart stops asking why. No anger left to keep me warm, no tears I need to hide. I don't miss you like before, soft and hush. Snow collects on quiet streets, footsteps come and go. Everyone is heading somewhere I don't need to know. I've replayed the ending once, 1,000 times or more. But even memories get tired of knocking on the door. I used to fear the emptiness, the space you left behind. Now it feels like room to breathe, a kinder state of mind. Like coffee cooling by the window, the ache has lost its flame. What once burned my every thought barely knows my name. I don't forgive, I don't forget. I don't need to touch, I just let the feeling fade. Like coffee cooling, slow and much. Winter doesn't beg for spring, it waits, it stays. And I don't beg my heart anymore to change. Some things don't end with closure, they end with calm. When even loss grows quiet in your palm. Like coffee cooling by the window, I finally sit still. No longing loud enough to hurt, no need to heal. If this is all the peace I get, I think it's just enough to watch the day grow cold outside with coffee cooling and a quieter love. The cup stays full, but I let it cool. Winter knows, so do I. We talked about it once or twice, like it was always meant to be. A melody between our words, a space we couldn't see. Life kept asking louder questions, time kept moving on. We said someday when things are calmer, then someday was gone. It wasn't fear, it wasn't doubt, just moments slipping through. We thought we'd have forever to do what we never do. The song we never recorded still plays inside my chest. No verses written down, but I remember it best. No microphones or promises, no crowd to prove it true. Just a song we never recorded that still sounds like you. Quiet hours when the world is fast asleep. In the spaces between memories I didn't know I keep. It had no perfect ending, no clear place to begin. Just the way your voice would soften when you said my name back then. We didn't miss it by mistake, we didn't lose our way. Some things are meant to stay unfinished so they don't fade. The song we never recorded never needed a refrain. It lived in glances held too long and words we didn't say. I don't wish we tried harder, I don't wish we'd rushed it through. I keep the song we never recorded exactly as it was with you. If we had pressed the record button, maybe it would have changed the magic of not knowing, of leaving something unnamed. Some songs belong to silence, some love belongs to time. Some things stay beautiful because they were never signed. The song we never recorded still hums when nights grow long. It doesn't ask to be remembered, it just goes on. Even if I lose the details, even if years remove the truth, I'll always know the feeling of the song we never recorded. Me and you. No track, no trace, no final chord, just a heart that knows the song we never recorded. The anchor talks about the weather, something breaking far away. Numbers, dates, familiar phrases, another ordinary day. I'm half listening, half nowhere, dinner cooling on the plate, when something slips between the stories and calls me by surprise. It's not the past knocking loudly, not a memory asking why, just a name passing through me, like a thought that didn't try. It was the evening news and your name, nothing special, nothing deep, just a sound that crossed the room and didn't ask to stay or leave. I wasn't lonely, I was fine, I didn't feel the ache, but somehow there you were again, between the news and my mistakes. They talk about the world changing, about loss and who to blame. I wonder when your life moved on, if it still sounds the same. I don't pause, I don't rewind, I don't lean into the pain. I just let the moment pass me by, like they say your name. It's strange how something meaningless can open something close, how a life you never speak of still somehow knows. It was the evening news and your name, no emotion, no regret, just a quiet recognition of something I haven't forget. I don't reach out, I don't stay, I don't ask what it would change, I just let the silence take you back to the evening news and your name. Maybe this is how it ends, not with goodbye, but with your name losing weight as time goes by. No answers owed, no truth to prove, no reason to explain, just a memory learning to remain. It's the evening news and your name, one last time, then it's gone. Back to headlines, back to weather, back to moving on. If this is all you are to me, a moment passing through, then I'll let the world keep talking and let the night resume. The screen goes dark, the room feels same, just the evening news and your name. I wrote your name in careful lines, then crossed it out again. Changed the ending, changed my mind like I always did back then. paper wore my hesitation, creases knew my doubt. Every word was almost said, then quietly backed out. I told myself I'd send them when the timing felt just right, but timing never answered, so I folded them twice. Letters folded twice, resting in a drawer. Things I meant to give away but couldn't anymore. They don't ask to be forgiven, they don't ask to be rid. They just stay the way they are, like the things I never said. Some were written late at night, some in borrowed calm. Some were brave for half a page, then lost their nerve halfway on. Ink grew tired of waiting, the words learned how to hide. Every fold another reason to keep them safe inside. I wasn't trying to be strong, I wasn't trying to be kind. I was just afraid of what would change if your hands touch mine. Letters folded twice, with corners worn and thin. Not quite goodbye, not hello, not a place to begin. They don't haunt me like regret, they don't beg for trust. They just hold the shape of who I was when silence felt like must. Maybe words aren't meant for sending, maybe some are meant to stay. Proof that I once felt enough to write them anyway. If I'd said it out loud, maybe it would have broken. Some things stay truer when they're only written. Letters folded twice, still sleeping in that drawer. I don't open them for answers, I don't need them anymore. They remind me I was honest, even when I stopped. I didn't lose the feeling, I just learned where to put it down. Paper thin but holding weight. Letters folded twice. The lamp is low, the window still. The city's just a distant tune, and no clock marks the second slow, like it has nothing else to do. No voices in the hallway, no names I have to call. Just a chair that fits my body, and a silence I don't fear at all. I've spent so long filling spaces, trying not to feel alone. I didn't know that quiet could feel like home. Oh, clock, warm room, nothing else I need tonight. Just time moving gently in a soft ember light. No waiting, no missing, no shape I need to become. Oh, clock, warm room, and I'm already enough. The floor remembers my footsteps, the walls have heard my days. They don't ask me who I am now, or why I've changed. There's tea growing cold beside me, a book I won't complete. Not everything needs an ending to feel complete. I used to think being alone was something to survive. Now it feels like breathing without the weight of life. Oh, clock, warm room, even silence feels kind. Every thought slows down, every worry unwinds. If tomorrow comes heavy, I'll carry it again. But tonight belongs to nothing and no one else but then. This is not escape, this is not retreat. This is just a soul learning how to be. Final warm room, the night doesn't ask for proof. I don't have to be better, I don't have to improve. If this is all the peace I get, I won't ask for more. Old clock, warm room, that's what a heart is for. Tick by tick, the night goes on. Old clock, warm room, I'm home. We didn't soften every silence, didn't rush to make it right. Some nights stayed unanswered, and we let them stay the night. The cold came through the windows, but it never felt unkind. You never asked me to be warmer than the season of my mind. I didn't say I'm sorry for the way I pulled away. You didn't ask me to explain what I couldn't say. It was a winter without apologies, no blame hanging in the air. Just two hearts standing honestly in what was hard to bear. We didn't heal each other loudly, didn't try to save the flame. It was a winter without apologies, and love still stayed the same. You knew when I needed distance, knew when not to close the door. You never took my quiet as something you had to fight for. We learned the shape of patience by what we didn't demand. Sometimes love is simply leaving things untouched, unplanned. I didn't promise I'd be better, you didn't ask me to. You just stayed where you were, and somehow I did too. It was a winter without apologies, no fixing left to do, no list of wrongs to carry, no truth we had to prove. We didn't call it strength or fate, didn't try to explain. It was a winter without apologies, and love remained. Some love grows quiet with the years, learns when not to speak. It knows the difference between repair and peace. Not every distance is a threat, not every silence a sign. Some hearts just walk together without crossing every line. Ooh. It was a winter without apologies, and I still trust it now. The way you saw my tired heart and didn't ask me how. If love has any mercy, any truth worth keeping, it's knowing when learn to let someone be without apologizing. No sorry, no defense, just winter, and understanding in silence. The song begins like it always does, familiar chords, a borrowed tone. I know the words I sing along, but something else is going on. There's a pause I never noticed right before the chorus lands, where the sound falls back on itself and leaves me where I am. It's not the music that undoes me, not the line I always miss. It's the space where nothing's playing and I feel all of this. It's the silence between verses where I hear you the most. Not in what we dared to sing, but in what we almost told. Every breath we never finished, every truth we didn't say lives in the science between verses. And it never fades. We sat there letting records spin like time would wait its turn. Your eyes were on the floor like you already knew the words. The song moved on without us like it didn't need our cue. But something stayed behind the sound and I stayed there too. I've learned how much a pause can hold when hearts are undecided. How the quiet says the things we're too careful to try it. In the silence between verses, I felt you leaning in, not close enough to change the song, not far enough to end. We let the moment pass us by, like that's what moments do. Now every song reminds me of the silence, me and you. Some feelings don't need harmony, they don't need a rhyme. They live in held back breath and borrowed time. If we had filled that quiet space, maybe it would have broken. Some truths stay truer when they're unspoken. It's the silence between verses that still follows me around. Not the melody that ended, but where it lost its sound. I don't reach back, I don't regret, I just let the memory stay in the silence between verses where we almost spoke and let it play. The song goes on, the moment's gone, but somewhere between the lines we still belong. We didn't fill every silence, didn't chase the spark. We let the days unfold themselves, slow and unremarked. Others ran toward the ending, afraid of being late. We stayed where the moment was. We knew how to wait. It wasn't fear that held us still, or doubt that made us pause. We just learned the quiet strength of not needing applause. We knew how to wait, how to let it breathe, how to trust what wasn't ready to be everything. We didn't rush the name of love or force it into shape. What we found grew deeper, 'cause we knew how to wait. We watch the seasons change us without pulling away. Let time ask all its questions. We didn't interrupt the way. Every step felt chosen, not something we had to prove. We let the future come to us instead of pushing through. I've loved in ways that hurried and burned out just as fast, but this felt like something built to last. We knew how to wait when the world said no. We stayed patient with the silence between then and how. No promises too early, no fear of what it takes. What we became was possible, 'cause we knew how to wait. Waiting isn't standing still, it's listening. It's knowing when to hold your hand and when to let time sing. We didn't call it destiny, didn't beg it to stay. We just gave it room to grow day by day. We knew how to wait, and I still feel it.